Hey y'all, Valstott here, once again on an educational video designed to help drivers maximize their money while not killing your car at the same time. So pretty much this is what I'm trying to accomplish here. Everyone talks about how much they make based on cherry picking or taking every order, depending on who you are, on the pay amount. The problem is that a lot of people do not know this, but the system, the Doordash or any other algorithm that you use is based off of trying to keep you from making an excessive amount more than an average driver would. Case in point, I keep talking about cost of living per hour in any given area. My cost of living is our dollar amount wise is roughly about $18 to $25 an hour. So pretty much you may get below that, you may get above that, but in the long run over a 5+ hour period, the system is designed to keep you within that target. So if you do get a golden egg of a $30, $40 offer, after that, you will continually get lower paying offers that is designed to throttle you on your pay. You may get a $5 to $8 offer afterwards, let's say, but you may keep getting the 15, 20 mile mileage offers because they want to waste your time to get your pay lower per hour to get back into that range. That's how it works. So I've designed a system which I've tested that will kind of negate all that because the number one expense in the long run is your car. And mileage has a direct correlation based on all these factors. Gas, obviously, more miles you drive, the more gas you're going to have to buy. And the more mileage you rack up, the more maintenance, preventative maintenance like oil changes and tires and whatnot that you're going to have to pay based on the more miles you drive. Plus, the more miles you drive, guess what? The quicker things start wearing out and the quicker you're going to have to repair it or get another car or rent a car, either or. But I have videos on that earlier on renting versus buying and all that. I highly recommend you check that out. But anyway, this presentation, as the title states, is cherry picking based on mileage instead of pay. Okay, and I'm going to show you two examples of how to do this and what is best for you. Okay, and only you can decide what's best for you. So here we go. Are you tired of seeing ridiculous offers? You know, the premise, right? Everyone is tired of seeing ridiculous offers. I mean, the ridiculous offers, right? We all know what that is. Are you in a market where you have a hard time making money yet are driving over 100 miles a day? Do you wish that we could force DoorDash, Grubhub, UberEats, or any other gig app company from sending these types of offers? If drivers would just band together to do something so simple, all of this would stop. And here is how. And before you go off, this isn't hashtag decline now based on pay, okay? You can do that, but it's not, for the purpose of this video, it is not that, okay? So this is how. We all know by now what cherry picking is, right? This is cherry picking 101. We know what it is. Literally, it is the act of taking only high paying offers while rejecting any offer under a certain amount. 2, cherry picking is different depending on the individual doing it. There's no set system. One person may have a dollar value of no less than $5. Another may have that amount no less than $8. It all depends on what your individual needs are, what market you're in. But that is literally the definition of cherry picking, just taking the best offers for you. But one thing that most people don't talk about is cherry picking based on mileage, folks. Why is that? Mileage is the #1 expense because of 1, depreciation value of your vehicle, 2, wear and tear, maintenance and parts, 3, gas, fuel costs. So here are some examples of some orders to decline or reject. Now, I'm going to give credit where credit's due. These orders were from people within UDM's Discord server. And we have a place on there called the trash bin. So I took some of these from Dashers, Grubhubbers, UberEats drivers that have put these out there so that we can see what types of orders people from across the country are getting. So here you go. Take a look at this order. This one is from California, and it's in the Buena Park area. $8 seems like a good offer, but it's going 13.3 miles, okay? And that's one way. So depending on if it takes you out of your zone or if it's just going to take you out from getting orders and you don't want to leave your zone, I mean, this is a terrible offer for that because your dollar per mile is literally under $1 a mile, okay? Literally. And that's where you guys want to keep it above $1 a mile at the minimum. I've heard some people getting $3 a mile per mile, zones because they're in better markets and zones. A lot of people that aren't in good markets can barely get $1 per mile because it's so spread out, more rural areas. So again, everyone is in different situations. Everyone has different needs for money. So do what's best for you. I keep saying that. All right. The next one, an Uber Eats order. 26 minutes total for $5.99, going 12.7 miles. Okay. Not only is this offer a low-paying offer based on mileage, but you're spending almost a half hour of either waiting at the restaurant, driving to the location, and delivering the food. You're literally at this point making about, 26 times 2 is 52 minutes. So you're making maybe less than $13 an hour if you keep taking these types of offers. And you can't survive on $13 an hour. I mean, look at that. Round trip would be about 25 miles. And if 1 gallon of gas for your car is 25 miles per gallon, in today's gas prices, you're spending $2 to $3 for the gallon. Not to mention the wear and tear and maintenance on your car. So that's $5.99 offer could literally be $6, right? Minus $2 is $4, or $3 if it's a $3 per gallon, right? So why would anyone take this offer, and why would they offer it in the first place? We all know why. They don't care. So it is my job, hopefully, to educate people from not taking these types of offers because you're not making really any money. All right, the next one. It's a Grubhub offer. Now, Grubhub, as we all know, doesn't really give the mileage, but if you learn your zone or you have enough time to, input the address from where you're at in Google Maps or any maps that you use, you can tell what the exact mileage would be. And based off of your, obviously, if you're an experienced driver or not, hopefully you will learn your restaurants and knowing if they're fast or slow restaurants. So you always have to take time and distance into your calculations of accepting the order. So in this instance, let's say in New York, this was a 10+ mile offer. And let's say that this restaurant takes about 10 minutes to prepare. And we all know Grubhub is the absolute worst when it comes to dispatching systems, because you could wait 10, 15, 20 minutes waiting for an order depending on the restaurant. So is $9.57 worth a 10-mile trip one way? And depending on the restaurant times of order completion, that has to be factored in too. So in my opinion, I wouldn't take this order, but maybe in your opinion, you would. All right, so next one. A 24-mile, $25 DoorDash order. Look at this. That's literally 48 miles for $25. You're driving literally about 52 cents a mile. And that's not factoring in at least 2 gallons of gas for this one order. So that $25 literally could be $19 to $20 because of using 2 gallons of gas wherever you're at. And this is in Eureka, so I'm going to think, oh, this is a Matt B order, it looks like. He's based in Boise, Idaho. So, pretty much, gas out there, only he would know. Okay? Or, well, I guess we could like gas buddy it and just find out what the average price of gas would be in that location. It's got to be over $2. Okay, so point is, this type of offer, unless you are really hard up for the cash and are willing to put excessive miles for one order on your car, this would be a no-go. Next one. A $6 10.7 mile offer for DoorDash. Do I need to say anything else? A 49.7 mile offer in, it looks like Virginia, Fairfax, Alexander. Yeah, that looks like Fredericksburg. Yeah, this is a Virginia offer. $17 for 49.7 miles, folks. I mean, I'm trying to get offers across the country is what my goal was, okay? This isn't isolated to any area. This happens a lot. And this is what needs to change, okay? Again, on another video, I said the reason they do this is it's a shotgun effect. Hopefully a pellet hits some driver that is willing to take it, all right? So, these slides illustrate how these gig apps send offers that have lower pay yet higher mileage. Keep in mind that these mileage offer distances are one-way miles, not round-trip miles. All right, so what can we do about this? The answers: constantly reject or decline these offers, use and or pay for a third-party app to automate the process, be smart about accepting offers through education or experience, or the lesser used option, cherry picking by mileage. Okay, so why mileage? After driving over 2.5 years, and I know there's a lot of drivers that's driven more than me, okay, but at least I'm not a rookie anymore, and I've been around the block, and I'm trying to share my experiences so that the new drivers or the veteran drivers that are constantly taking offers because of Top Dasher or Premier status or whatever. Hopefully this will at least open your eyes to a second option or a different way of doing things, all right? So after all this time of experience and gathering data, the best way to maximize your money is literally, in my opinion, cherry picking based on the mileage from the offer sent to you. Why? One, it's less wear and tear on your vehicle, which in turn uses less gas and less maintenance. Saves you money. It just does. It saves you money and it doesn't kill your car, which allows you to keep using your car for this work that we all love, or else why would we be doing it, right? Two, more orders per hour because of time saved from driving further. I mentioned that earlier on one of those slides. When you get to a certain dollar per hour amount in a 1 hour span of time, they are going to throttle you with lower paying, farther distance orders to waste your time to lower your hourly pay. 3, you get the same amount of income per hour as you would if you took further distance, higher paying offers as you be taking multiple shorter distance ones. I've proved this with data analysis and evidence. As I stated in my previous videos, your pay is based on your market's cost of living. So if your cost of living is $30 per hour, per $30 per hour, the algorithm is programmed to keep you between $25 to $35 per hour no matter what you do. How many offers you accept or reject, or how much you accept everything or cherry pick offers. They're not going to ever let you get to $50, $60, $70 an hour. They just won't, unless you multi-app, because you're using different platforms to get it. I'm talking about single apping, okay? No one platform will ever let you get that high, no matter what you do, all right? The only way you will not be able to make your hourly is with lower volume, days, months. If you work one day or work a whole month and you have no volume because customers just are not ordering because they're broke or they're cheap, or with the pandemic hopefully ending soon where more people are starting to go to the restaurants, those people won't be ordering takeout as much because they want to get their own and get out of their houses, okay, or wherever they live. So unless there's very little work or customers ordering food, those are the only ways that you really can't make your hourly, all right? So here's the evidence. We have cherry picked based on mileage on 2 separate days using 2 separate methods. So our MO is rejecting all offers over 3.5 miles and offers under $5. So the first method we use is cherry pick working a split shift, lunch and dinner hours only for 5.5 hours, 5.5. So 2 hours at lunch and 2.5 hours at dinner, from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. So the second method is cherry pick working a straight 5.5 hours from 11:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. So normally, as a tear or a baseline, okay, normally we would take offers up to 5 miles, sometimes a little more, like maybe 5.5 to 6, maybe 7 miles if the pay was great, right? Sometimes more depending on the pay. And we would average close to 80 to 100 miles a day, making about $90 to $120 for that 5.5 hour day, depending on work volume, okay? So this is what we were comparing it against. Our normal work day from the past 2.5 years, and using something completely different by extremely cherry picking based on the distance, going from 5 to 6 miles down to 3.5 or less. I honestly did not think we would be making as much money as we did. Honestly, folks, but again, it all depends on time of year, order volume, day of the week, etc. Okay? So we did this on a Friday and on a Sunday. So here we go. Method 1, schedule. As you can see from our schedule, we worked 11:30 to 1:30 scheduled. This is a split shift schedule on a Friday, and 5:30 to 7:30, but we typically get pushed back to 8 o'clock due to extending the hours during a busy time. All right, so here are examples of rejected orders we normally would take. Normally, okay? So as you can see on the first offer, we had a Dos Bros offer of $8.25 going 4.9 miles. We normally would take that, to be honest. For the sake of the experiment, we didn't though, okay? The second offer, Chili's, 3.7 miles for $5. We normally would have taken that too, but it wasn't under 3.5. 3, there was a 3.3 mile order for $4. So obviously we said we weren't going to take those orders because it's under $5. And another good one we normally would have taken though would have been another Dos Bros order. It was a 5.1 mile going 5.1 mile for $8.50. Now, there were 6 items on that too. So most likely it would have gone probably at least to $10. But we rejected it for the sake of this experiment. Okay? When we say we're going to do something, we're going to do it. So here you go. Accepted orders. All right. So remember I said we're going to do something, we're going to do it? Well, we took a 3.7 only because we were right next to the restaurant for $5. And as you can see, delivery complete, $5. But after that, I believe we took nothing over 3.5 miles. So the next offer we accepted was a Five Guys for 1 mile for $7. Mr. Beast, 3 mile, $6. Mr. Beast again for an add-on because it was a longer wait, but it was slower at that period of time. So we said, you know what? And we got this one because a DoorDasher that was in there left and, canceled the order and assigned it. So we got this one 5 for an additional 2.5. So there you go. After that, we had a Taco Mac for 2.9 miles for $8.50, and they gave us, it was more than the $8.50, it was actually $9.50 more, and they gave us an additional $5 cash tip, which was really nice, surprising. The next offer was a Chili's. In addition to that Taco Mat, they added it on for 1.8 miles for $7, which we also took. And lastly, we got a 1.3 mile, which, for $6, which we took. So we got $45 for the first half, dashing for about 2 hours, right? 7 deliveries, $45. Would you believe that that is something we normally would have gotten, and we would have driven about 30 to about 40 miles to get that amount on an average day like that? We didn't take a screenshot of the mileage. We forgot to, but we took a screenshot at the end, which you'll see at the end of the second half of our total miles. All right. So method 1, second half, Friday 5:30 to 8 p.m. Okay. So we took a 1.5 mile $6 offer from Logan's. Oh, by the way, folks, we were trapped in our home area before I begin finishing this dissemination. Our freeway was backed up for about an hour, and it would have taken us 20 minutes to get to downtown versus our normal 5 minutes to get to downtown, okay? I mean, it was literally bumper to bumper, and we just said, you know what? Why don't we try delivering in our home area? And it's a good thing we did, because we got 3 Logan's orders in a row from our home area. And like I said, the first one was a 1.5 mile $6, second one was a 1.6 mile $8, and a third was a 3 mile $9. So we normally don't deliver in our home area because there's only like 6-7 restaurants, and the people in our area usually don't order food very often. They'd rather get food from places further away than the places they could just drive to and go to themselves, which makes sense. So the fourth order was a 5.2 mile $9.50 offer, but it became $14. The customer was generous. I mean, they were really nice. All right. The next offer after that was a 3.2 $9.50. After that was a $7 0.6 mile, less than a mile for $7. I keep forgetting to read the bottom. I'm only reading the top. The state of confusion, the order before it, ended up being $19 because the customer tipped $15. I mean, that was an awesome order. So that 3.2 mile $9.50 became a $19 order, and it had 6 items. So continuing again, the Big River was a 0.6 mile $7 offer, which I said. Then it was an add-on Ben & Jerry's ice cream for 0.5 miles for $6, and a Chipotle 2.2 mile for $6. And we had one final offer at 8:26 p.m. Deliver by, okay, deliver by 8:26. So it was around 7:58 or something like that we took that order for 6.4 miles going home, back to our home area, because we were going to head back home anyway, right? Why not take it for $9.50. So in the end, the second half, as you can see, we made $92 in 2.5 hours from 5:30 to 8. Okay, we did 9 deliveries on that one. And as you can see with the total offers, we had 55 offers the entire day on Friday. $92, 9 deliveries, 2.5 hours. End time was 8:10 p.m. All right. So mileage total for the day, split shift. Okay, split shift, and it usually takes us 6 miles going from home to downtown and 6 miles back going from downtown back to home. We drove 74.4 miles. 74.4. So if you take away our home miles, right, going home to downtown, downtown to home, we literally drove less than 50 miles for a total 5 hours, $137, $27.40 per hour, 16 total offers at $8.56 per offer, 74.4 miles, which includes mileage, includes the travel distance to get to downtown and back and all that, back to our home. That's $1.84 a mile, and we live in a pretty spread out zone. Because if you saw an older video I had a while back, I show how far we have to drive at times, going up mountains or hills and valleys or rural areas. I show that. So by extreme cherry picking to under 3.5 miles per offer, we got these numbers. All right, so the next presentation will be method 2. Here's our schedule, 11:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and this was on Sunday. So method 2, first offer, 3.4 miles for 6. We ended up getting 6. 3.1 for first watch for 8. We ended up getting $10. We had an add-on, Ruby Sunshine, 1.4 additional miles for $7. We ended up just getting 7 for that. Another Ruby Sunshine, which is the breakfast place, 0.9 miles for $7. We ended up getting 7. It's Just Wings, $7 add-on for the Ruby Sunshine for an additional 3 miles for $7. It ended up being $8. Shangri-La, 2 miles for $9. It ended up being $10. Tai Chi Bubble Tea, Five Guys double order of $14 for 3.4 miles. It ended up being $14, $8.50, and $5.50, okay, for the split orders. Shangri-La, 2 orders going 5.2 miles for $15. Now, keep in mind, folks, look at the blue dot of where we were. We were on our way back from dropping off the Tai Chi Five Guys when we were on our way back to downtown, and it said 5.2. It would literally take us about 2 miles to get back to the restaurant, this Shangri-La restaurant. So we took it because we were in dead zone territory anyway. So $15 ended up being, looks like $17, right? So we got a little extra for taking that order. All right, so 2.7 miles for Champy's Chicken. We made $8. But we also got a second add-on for that to get $7 more for less than a mile, 0.9 miles. So we ended up getting the full 15, nothing more, nothing less. 1.5 mile Smoothie King order for $6, which ended up being 6. Taco Mac, 2.1 miles for $7. It ended up being $11, $4 more than what we expected. All right, now here's some things that my wife added in onto the screenshots. So we're getting close to about 2 hours left to go. All right. Mellow Mushroom Pizza, 1.9 miles for $7.25. Okay, it ended up being $9.19. And the customer was 5 minutes away from the address. This one, she put the wrong address in. So the 1.9 miles ended up being about 3 miles because she placed the order when she was at a restaurant a bar, I should say, right? I guess they got hungry, so they ordered it from there, and instead of using her actual address, she used the GPS address, unfortunately. We spent about 15 minutes trying to figure it out. Ultimately, DoorDash gave us a $5 mileage credit, to deliver the order, right? And we got the 919. So it ended up working. 5 minutes away from the address we were at to her actual home address, about a mile away, and get $5 extra out of it. Shangri-La, 0.9 miles for $6. Another Shangri-La, which was an add-on for 1.3 additional miles for $6, but we unassigned this order due to having an earlier issue for the same customer for not having the correct apartment building number. We were pretty upset. They were college kids that lived off campus. They sound like, and I could hear through their door because they wanted it left at their door, that they were playing Call of Duty or some sort of other, online game, right? And in that apartment complex, they have different apartment building numbers. They put in just the first building number and gave convoluted instructions to get to them. We tried to, figure out, hey, are you at this building, at this apartment number, or are you, because their instructions said they were in the second building, but the second building had the wrong address, and we all know how customers can play games, right? Giving a wrong address and then claiming they didn't receive their food. We ain't playing that game no more. We are not taking any chances with freaking fraud or contract violations that are unjust, and DoorDash won't do anything about it. So we immediately contacted DoorDash saying, we know where this place is, but we're not taking no chances. And we want you to verify that they are at that building versus the convoluted instructions. Guess what? We got a second order after all that happened, and the address was still the same. So we said, you know what? The money's right, the miles are right, but we're not going to let this person win. So after that, we unassigned it. So we got a next order after that for 3.2 miles for $7. We couldn't take the screenshot for the delivery complete because we immediately got an order right after, getting that delivery complete. So we took a picture from our total, and it was actually $11. So Big River Grill, 3.1 for 7. It ended up being 8, and 0.9 miles for Tupelo Honey for a $6 payout, which ended up being $6. So the total payout for 19 deliveries working 5.5 hours was $151.19. Guess what our mileage was? 64.2 miles, folks. And remember, that's not including 6 miles to downtown, 6 miles back home. Okay? 64 miles, folks. So, what did I learn from all of this and from all of the experiences? Okay, well, first, I forgot. 144 total offers we had to go through that day to get 19 offers because they kept trying to throttle us with lower paying offers, because the very first 2.5 hours, we were already close to $100 in 2.5 hours. Volume matters. Stimulus matters. Circumstances matter. But after those 2.5 hours, we kept getting nothing but $3, $4, $5 offers with above 3.5 miles. So we had to decline them. All of them. I mean, it was insanely ridiculous the way my wife kept getting the notifications and she just instantly rejecting them. It was like she was a computer. So anyway, what did we learn from all of this? Okay, so to begin, Cherry picking, full shift totals, 5.5 hours, $151.19, $27.49 an hour. Total deliveries, 19 deliveries for $7.96 per offer. Total distance, 70.2 miles, which includes the mileage of 6 miles one way back and forth, for an average of $2.15 a mile, which was better than the Friday total. All right. So the takeaway from all of this is, based on my numbers from past driving between 80 to 100 miles in a regular day, making about $90 to $120, working a split shift total of 5.5 hours a day. This is before we did this experiment, all right? And knowing how DoorDash's system works on using their algorithm to keep drivers between $18 to $25 an hour in my market, it is safe to say cherry picking based on mileage is the way to go. Okay, why? If you do the math, folks, okay, we made $150 roughly, right, in 5.5 hours. If you do the math on that, that is literally about $27 an hour. As I said earlier, they kept us from going so far ahead, even on a busy day, that it went literally from about $50 an hour, 45, let's say, for the first 2.5 hours, and then it dropped us back down to reality, close to the $25 an hour. It's just the way the algorithm works, folks. I mean, there's no way around it. When you use their system, they control everything. We are literally living in their matrix. Okay, so here are the caveats. It all depends on your market. If you are fortunate enough to work in a densely populated zone filled with restaurants and residential areas, you should already have the ability to drive less miles as compared to zones that are more spread out and rural. You have a major advantage depending on your market. If you're in a great market, great, keep doing what you're doing. If you're happy with the money you're making, awesome. If you want to take every order or cherry pick, it all depends on what you want, okay? So the second thing, it all depends on order volume. If it's a slower delivery day due to customers not ordering food, no amount of cherry picking or mileage is going to help you make your hourly goal. Okay, it just won't. If we don't have volume, nothing we do really matters. It's going to be a slow day. We're not going to make money. Okay. And if it's a lower volume day, chances are you will be driving more miles, because these apps tend to send drivers anywhere a customer places an order, which could be 10 plus miles away from you in the restaurant. We experience it every day, okay, or every month or every year. We will have those days. And sometimes people say, enough of this, log out. I don't want to deal with this nonsense. I don't want to deal with these low-paying, higher, distance offers. It's just not worth it to some people. Some people may have to do it because they're willing to sacrifice their mileage on their car and the gas to make something. But by doing that, you're literally catering to these gig apps, because what's the point of breaking even or barely making a profit? You're literally working for pennies or a few dollars an hour if it's that kind of day. I would rather, as I had said in another video a couple months back, yeah, I think so, I would rather be making no money in situations like that than catering to working for breaking even. There's no point. So your market must have high volume counts in order to take advantage of mileage cherry picking. It is much easier to cherry pick based on dollar amounts. It's much harder to cherry pick decent offers based on mileage. It's just the way it is. So lastly, the stricter your pay and mileage requirements are, the harder it will be for you to make money. This is the trade-off, folks. You will only be accepting the top 20% of orders, and you will have to split these offers amongst all of your fellow drivers that you will have to compete with. So the more stricter you make your requirements, the more you're going to have to decline. This is not for top dashers, folks. This is not for employees. Okay, This is for cherry pickers, but at the different, more extreme end of cherry picking. Because if you want to save your car and not spend more money on gas and maintenance, this is what you have to do. So, but if we all stick together and decline these low pay, high distance offers, DoorDash, Grubhub, UberEats, or any other gig app will be forced to reevaluate their pay and mileage policies. They're going to have to. If everyone took a stand, why would they keep doing it if they're just going to have to refund their customers in the end? And they'll just tick off their customers from using the platform. Their job is to be the facilitator between customer, restaurant, and driver and get their service fees. That's it. That is their job. What they don't want to do is jeopardize that. And if they continually have to refund customers because drivers are unwilling to take these ridiculous offers, we will see, and we will start to see, positive change. But it's gonna have to be all of us in order to do it. So, if you want to make positive change, okay, please share this video, like and subscribe. And I don't really mention the liking and subscribing as much, but it helps the algorithm to get this out to more people as recommendations. You know, it just does. I'm not monetized at all. I don't have the, a subscriber count, nor do I really care about subscriber counts. Okay? I'm not that type of person. I'm not in this for the money. I'm like you all. Just if you're in the gig industry for the most part, I do it as a side gig, literally, because I'm semi-retired. Okay? But I hate people getting screwed too, even more, which is why I do these videos. I gain nothing telling you how to make money. In fact, if you think about it, I'm hurting myself in my own market by telling people this. Okay, there are other YouTubers out there that don't want to tell you this because they want to get all the money for themselves. I'm not one of those people. I want everyone to succeed. And if I somehow do get enough, money from doing these types of videos, I pledge to you all, I will donate it back to the community like Mr. Beast. Because I really don't need the YouTube money if I even get any at all. If I did get to that point, it's all going to be donated back. Not one penny will be kept by me. That is my commitment. So, if you want me to make more informational content so everyone can benefit and survive in this gig economy, just like and subscribe. That's all I ask. Okay? Thank you all for watching and listening. I hope you all got something out of this video. If you have positive comments, great. I respond to all comments. If you have negative comments, as long as it is constructive and are willing to have a conversation about it, I will respond to negative comments as well. But if you are being a troll, I will ban you. I will remove your comment and I will ban you. Keep that in mind. I will discuss things with you on the negative and I will have a discussion. But I will ban you if you just are being a troll. So folks, thank you all for listening, and hopefully I will have another topic with probably the next 2-3 days, and it's going to involve tipping. Not in the way that you think, because I know that other drivers and gig appers and YouTubers out there have talked about this to death, but I'm going to give you all another take on tipping. All right? So it'll probably be out in the next 2-3 days so we can take a break. Don't want to kill ourselves or inundate you with videos. So, all right, all. Have a great day or night whenever you are watching this video, and hopefully make your money wherever you're at. Take care.